might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are Engineer to Win. This is the Koffee and Kata morning show where we review some news articles and then we jump into our work. We are going to, today is the day. Today is the day. We should be able to push our app into the Google Play Store. And let's start off already. Good morning, Yakar. Good morning, Roxy. How are you doing today? Up bright and early, I see. So happy to have you here as always. Thank you so much for being here with me this early in the morning. All right. So quick housekeeping. We have our software explorations coming out at noon today. We're going to be doing a breakdown, an overview and a breakdown of what AWS App Studio. We did it really quick on the stream last Thursday, but dedicating a full breakdown to it on why it's helpful, things like that. It's going to help us tomorrow as we get in tomorrow night on our live stream, as we continue building our app. We had to get through some parts of it last week, but we at the end of last week's stream, we're able to really start seeing how it works. We're going to continue that tomorrow. So you definitely want to tune in for that. So do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out techcoachralph.dev if you need exclusive content related to career in tech, as well as signing up for one-on-one coaching. So check me out over there. All right. So we are going to get into our news. Remember, we are doing our weekly economics review this coming Saturday. So you definitely don't want to miss it. All right. So let's jump into the news. Let's not waste any time. And the first article for today, let me go and put up our timer. Oh, great. This is not what I was looking for. Give me a second here. Right. And let's go to there goes one. And let's go to this one. There we go. All right. Okay, there we are. So here we are. So the first news, whatever, we'll keep going. So the first news for today is Tesla is on a hiring spree after layoffs. So Tesla is hiring hundreds of new roles, Bloomberg reports, just a few months after a staff memo revealed the company's biggest ever round of layoffs. The jobs in every area from artificial intelligence to service has appeared on Tesla's career page, just as the automaker's shares have exploded, adding more than $223 billion in market capitalization in the span of a couple of weeks. At least 25 new posted jobs are tied to self-driving technology, Bloomberg says. CEO Elon Musk meanwhile confirmed Monday that the launch of Tesla's long-awaited robo-taxi will be delayed by 2 months. Musk says he now sees Tesla as more of an AI and robotics company than an electric vehicle one. The hiring spree reflects that change in focus, Bloomberg suggests. Tesla may have to compete with other current and former Musk firms such as xAI for talent. So it is going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting what's going on. But Tesla is on hiring. I wonder can we see the Tesla hiring page? Let me see. We'll check that after because I'm really curious to see what this Tesla hiring page is all about. All right. But I hate when I'm like this. Give me a second. Let me fix this. Or we can just let me do this. We have to fix it on the fly. All right. We're going to go. Like that. And we're going to go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay. So the next article for today that we're going to be talking about. Elon Musk is moving X and SpaceX to Texas. Texas for the win again. So Elon Musk said he's moving the headquarters of X and SpaceX to Texas from California, citing a new state law and other policies he disagrees with, the Wall Street Journal reports. X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, will relocate to Austin from San Francisco, while rocket company SpaceX will transfer to Starbase near Brownsville in Texas from the Los Angeles area. Musk moved the headquarters of Tesla, where he is a CEO, to Texas from California in 2021. He also transferred his residence to Texas, where there is no state income tax. Sounds like a win-win situation to me. All right. So next up, we have let's go with this one right here. Okay. Let's go with this one. The CDK cyber attacks likely cost $1 billion. Are you familiar with the CDK cyber attacks? So if you're not, I think it was about maybe a month and a half ago. The CDK is the software that car dealerships use to be able to process whatever they need to process, right? And it was down. They were down bad, right? So let's read. Last month, hacks and ransomware attacks on CDK Global that paralyzed about half of the country's car dealerships will likely result in more than $1 billion in estimated losses, per Anderson Economic Group. The 3-week disruption forced dealers to use pen and paper, God forbid, right? God forbid, to do business, and revealed a critical vulnerability in industries that rely on a few software providers. It's a wake-up call for the auto industry and a warning to all others. Anderson said, the hackers behind the attack demanded tens of millions of dollars in ransom to end it, according to Bloomberg. Dealership business was dragged down by cyber attacks. Sales dipped 0.2% in June from May, per Commerce Department. And although 0.2% might sound like a little bit, but 0.2% of billions of dollars is a lot, right? Anderson estimates $1 billion in losses, includes revenue from nearly 56,200 new car sales that fell through. That is unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. And that's why it's going to be so important to tune in on Friday to the Bug Bite, because it's talking about how vulnerabilities that are identified are acted upon and exploited within 19 days, but it takes companies on average 100 days in order to patch up their systems and stuff like that. So by the time they get patched up, there's probably like another 3 or 4 vulnerabilities that are potentially waiting in line to attack. So it's definitely something that we want to consider as well. All right, we're going to get into this one right here. Streaming hits monthly record highs. Viewers binged more than ever before in June. What? With time spent streaming surging to 40.3% of total TV viewing time based on Nielsen data. The best a previous high of 40.1 in June 2021. So something about June. It's interesting too, because June is kind of like the off season where there's like none of the prime time TV drama type shows, you know. So I guess that's a good time. You have even more time on like to stream. So what were people watching? I know I was watching FBI. FBI. What was it? FBI International and FBI. What is the one where they Most Wanted? I was watching that the past couple of months. Let's see. That best the previous high of 40.1% in June. So what were people watching? Netflix's new season of Bridgerton led the pack with 9.3 billion viewing minutes. That's a lot. Followed by Byron Cranston's drama Your Honor, which logged 7.5 billion minutes across Netflix and Paramount Plus. Despite being canceled last year, its newly profound popularity has spurred talks of a revival. And you know, that's the thing. If people can end up quitting before they actually take off, you know, because they thought, oh, this show sucks, no one's watching it, and then all of a sudden it blew up, right? Netflix's 12% viewing increase helped it claw 8.4% of market share, still short of YouTube's 9.9%. All right, so very, very interesting. Last article for this morning: consumer resilience. Let's play our little consumer resilience in June. So retail sales were virtually unchanged in June, a better than expected outcome and reassuring news about the U.S. consumer resilience despite higher interest rates. The Commerce Department reports Tuesday contrast with a 0.4% decline predicted by The Economist. Excluding the effect of a cyber attack on car dealerships, sales were actually up by the most in 3 months. Spending accounts for 70% of gross domestic product. Spending accounts for 70% of gross domestic product, while prices fell in June on a monthly basis for the first time since the pandemic. Investors don't expect relief on rates until September.
Bruh.
It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So with that being said, that is our news segment for today. Hopefully you found that informative. We are going to get into pushing this app into the App Store. We're on the last steps. We got approved on Monday, shortly after our live stream. We got approved by Google to get into the Play Store. So we're going to go through that. And then depending on how long that takes, we can have a recap of everything that we've did like in relation to the app. And then we can also plan our next steps, because we do need to make an update, because at the end of August, Google requires a upgrade for the minimum level of operating system that the app can run on. So we're gonna have to do that coming very soon. But we should take a moment to reflect on what we've done and where we're going, all that good stuff. All right. So it's pretty much a retrospective. Maybe if we don't get to it today, maybe we'll do it on Monday. All right. So before we do that, do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can know every single time that we go live. Check out techcoachralph.dev for exclusive content, as well as the ability to sign up for one-on-one coaching, which reminds me, I'm going to be doing a recap of everything that we've done in the past year, what I've learned and all that, probably on a candid conversation, but that will be coming up very, very soon. All right. So with that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. Just in case here. All right. So I'm going to throw up a 20 minutes. We probably won't need the full 20 minutes. And we do have 30 minutes left anyways, but let's get it started. All right. So as you can see, we have your application for production access. We're reviewing. Wait a sec. Let me refresh. Let's refresh the screen. It says that production is inactive. Show testing track. Open testing inactive. We're going to go straight to prod because we've had enough testing. And there we go. Congratulations. Your app has been granted Google Play production access. Let me fix this camera. This one too. We got to fix it on the fly sometimes, you know? I'm too far. There we go. Cool. Let me make this one a little bit bigger. There we go. So we have permission to create and publish a release, publish your app to real users on the Google Play Store. So where do we go and do that? Let's see here. Production is inactive. Let's go over here. Production maybe. And your app, what? Let's see. Let's go to policy status. Okay, so this is the thing. 44 days to fix by August 30th. App must target Android 14 API level 34 or higher. That should be a quick fix. And I was thinking about pairing it with some additional changes, but those changes might take longer. So we're going to do the update maybe next week or so, and we go from there, right? So let's see. Once you've released your app to production, come back here to monitor its performance. So I guess we'd like to ask you several short questions about your app publishing experience provided. Let me see. Let's see what's the questions. How do you currently publish new app updates? Partially automated combination of Play Console and automation tools such as CI/CD. I think this would be a great thing to learn. How do we use CI/CD to automate, fully automate external Play Console? I would love to learn about these, but right now it's manual. How easy was it to identify the right actions to take when you publish a new app update recently? It was like right in the middle. How clear were the instructions and text provided in the Google Play Console for guiding you? It was somewhat clear. How confident did you feel when publishing a new app update? It was somewhat satisfied. How easily were you able to execute your intended release timeline when publishing? That one was somewhat dissatisfied because we should have been there like a long time ago. How clear in the Play Console showing what changes you made? I guess it's all right. How satisfied are you with how the Play Console helped you in discovering features related to it was somewhat. How often did you get stuck when publishing your rarely, other than like the other time. And I have no feedback. All right, cool. All right, so I guess we have to create a new release for production. Let's go. Let's see what happens. We go here. That doesn't seem right. Create production release. Hold on, something doesn't seem right. Let's go to close testing. Let's go here, manage track. Where is all right, let's start over. We're here. It says we've been granted production access, preview, and all right, so let's go to preview and confirm release. But we did that already though, what? Release history, maybe? No. So we have to create a separate one for production? That is weird. All right, so release dashboard. Edit release. Your app key. Add from library would be this one. And we say add to release, I guess. Copy from previous. This one. Copy. Next. What is the error? No countries or regions have been added to this track. At least one country or region. Okay, I guess we can go back and add the country or region. Where do we do that? Back, I guess. And where is the country or region? Production again. Okay, countries or regions. So if we say all countries, save, Go to overview. If you're just see geo blocking regulations, right? Let's see what this is all about. Requirements for distributing apps in specific countries and regions. To distribute your app in certain countries and regions, you may need to complete additional requirements to comply with regulatory authorities. This is not an exhaustive list. Requirements for distributing apps in Brazil. Using that still in Brazil. We don't do that. Requirements. If your app, please do not use unjustified geo blocking to discriminate against users based on their nationality. Yada yada yada. Let's see. For example, your app should be accessible EU wide. Okay, whatever. Let's go here and review to who? Like, I thought we already did this. This is so weird. I thought, oh my goodness. These changes will be sent another, oh my God. It's like you have to go to like 10 rounds of approval to finally get this here. So let me see. To create, all right. So these changes will be sent to Google for review. Reviews are typically completed within 7 days, but may take longer. Manage, publish. So first you have to apply for production access, and then once you get to production access approved, then you need to apply to publish. So let me give me a second here. Give me just a second here. Let me go back to this dashboard real quick. And we go, it's here, it said, let me see. Create and put, you have been granted Google Play production access. You applied for Google Play production access for your app. This has not been granted. Production is where you can make your app available to billions. You can also, so where, so after, so how many times? Anyway, we got, anytime it's like you have to go through the same process. Like we just did this, right? You applied for production access, then you have to go to, anyways, whatever. Let's go. We shall do it. We shall do it. Here. We're supposed to be, I mean, it might get approved today, but it's just annoying. It's just annoying, right? Here. And we're going to save. Center, go to publishing overview, go to overview. And what are these 5 changes now? Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and send the changes for review. Why not? Manage publishing is on. You'll need to publish the changes manually after approving. You know what? I'm gonna turn that off. Let's go with that. Because I'm tired of waiting for this. As soon as it's published, let's get into the App Store. Or maybe we should do it ourselves. Maybe we should. I don't want to, because then I'm going to have to wait till Monday. Let's just go and do it. Let's go and do it. Send 5 changes for review. Let's send the changes for review. All right, there we go. And the changes have been sent. So now I guess it's another waiting game. All right, let's see here. KPIs, key performance indicators. So let's see where we're at. So go to publishing overview. We're back in review. It's like every other day we're back in review, right? Even at work, you don't get reviewed this much. Anyways, we got my guy, Mitch, in the building. Mitch says, there's never been anyone this good for this long. Mitch is here. Good morning, Mitch. How are you doing today? Good morning.
Let's get it.
And we got Rod Brown in the building. Says, what's up, everyone? What's up with you, Rod Brown? So happy to see you this bright and early on this Wednesday morning. It's the middle of the week. It is the middle of the week. But guess what? To me, every day is a Monday. All right. So we've sent the app for publishing. So in theory, if it takes after you finally get to your 20 testers. So I would say if you see, and this is one of the reasons that I wanted to do this, because when I come across people who are building apps and stuff, and they're like, oh, we're going to go live in, next week. And I'm like, do you know the process for publishing to Apple and Google? Like, have you even applied to be a developer yet? No, not yet. I'm like, it's a lot of work. It's actually not a lot of work. It takes a lot of time because it's a waiting game, right? When we did for Google, we got approved pretty quickly, but for Apple, it took about like 2 days to actually be approved as a developer. And now we see that we've been in the Apple App Store for over a month now. Google, you need to get to 20 closed testers, and then once you get to those 20 closed testers, they have to be signed in. Like, they have to be a tester for 14 consecutive days. On our last day, on our first set of 14, someone dropped out, and then we had to start over again, and then we got to 20. Now, after we said, all right, cool, we want to apply for production access. So after you apply for production access, which can take up to 7 days, it only took us a few hours, but after that happens, now you have to go back in and apply, like actually push the release to production, where they have to review it again, which can take another 7 days. I don't think it's going to take 7 days because it was pretty quick for the first approval to go through. The thing is, it can take, that puts us at like, it can take up to after you get to your 20 closed testers, you can take up to a month to actually get in the Google Play Store. Now, the question is that initially, or is that going to be every single time we need to push a new release, we're going to have to go through the same process? So, it might be, it might actually be that once you get into production, because let's say if we look around here, right? If we were to create a new release of, let's say we were to create new release, and so now that we have production access, we should be able to push new apps. And I guess it would take up to 7 days to get approved of that new app. If we go add from library. So yeah, maybe once you actually get the production access, then you don't have to go through the closed testing over and over again. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not too sure. Maybe you can choose to do closed testing based on different requirements and different needs. So let's say we're adding the new feature that your car had mentioned the other day, which we're going to be starting working on that very, very soon. But if you're just updating the SDK version, then maybe you don't have to do that, right? But you're going to have some good testing internally. So it's going to be very interesting to figure all that out. Maybe you can just go straight to open testing as well instead of going to closed testing. You go to open testing. So a lot of things we're going to figure out. We are going to have to do this SDK upgrade. Let's see. So release overview. I should have got rid of that. All right, so we have the internal testing done. Available to testers on Google Play done. Production in review right now. We have up to the 24th. Hopefully it'll be a lot faster than that. But and then we're going to get rid of this draft over here. Discard draft release. But we're going to use that draft release we're going to have to do another release for the SDK version upgrade, and we should be able to jump straight into production at that point. Maybe we do a little bit of open testing to make sure it doesn't crash and burn. But yeah, so let's see. Let's go open testing. So for open testing, you can create a release. And if we were to do add from library, yeah, so we can probably just do an open testing release with the, that means anybody who signs up to be a beta tester could be able to get access to it. Do that for the SDK version upgrade, make sure that it doesn't break on anything that we're doing. And then we can actually, and then we'll be able to continue to add more features as time goes along, So a quick recap. So let's do a quick recap, right? We have like 4 minutes left. on how we got to this point. Because right now, all we're waiting for is Google to approve us. That's it. We go to production. We're just waiting for approval. And once that's approved, then we are off to the races, right? But how do we get here? So I don't know what made me want to learn. I think the reason I wanted to get into mobile development is being able to wanted to learn something new, but being able to offer testing to like something for the tech barbarians to start working on, learning how to test it, learning about AWS Device Farm, all, like, Appium for automation. So let me try to building a mobile app, right? How hard can it be? Let's use Flutter instead of using React Native, all that stuff, right? So I started. I'm like, you know what? I need something to build it on. But the first app that I was going to build, I wanted to build like a keto calculator, but I didn't know much about. I had to create the formula and everything like that. And I'm like, you know what? Let me do it with something. And I wanted to do it with test-driven development. And I'm like, I don't know much about Flutter. I know about test-driven development. Let's use a app that I already built, which we had the time cost calculator on the web. And I said, and I'll show it to you real quick, right? So this is the web-based version of it that we're going to eventually do a little bit of updates to it. But what happened is I'm like, well, I already have the formula for this. And this one is going to be a hybrid of test-driven development and figuring things out, which is what we did. But once we got to the races, we got all the way this far, and I built the initial mobile version of it in I started on a Wednesday and I finished it on on Saturday. And, for me, thinking like every other person who just started doing mobile web development is, I'm going to get this into the App Store in like a couple of days. And on Saturday night, around like 4 or 5 in the morning, I did not sleep that night, and I had basketball the next morning, or a few hours later. Don't say anything, Mitch. And I had applied for Google, applied for Apple, paid the fees, the developer fees, $25 for Google, $100 for Apple, and I'm like, all right, we are ready to push this into the App Store. And then it's like, okay, we accepted your money and your application. Now you have to wait for us to approve you. And I was like, I could have just waited until the morning to do this. I thought I was going live. And I was like, nope, not happening. We've got to wait. So that was the first learning. And it's not, Ron, it's not even dedicated, right? You ever start working on something and it's like, it's new and it's exciting. And so you're just like, oh wow, I'm going to use a pretty bad verbal example, right? When some people say, I just had to see it through. I just had to see it through building the app, right? I'm like, I'm this far and as you're building it, you're seeing something new happening. You're like, wow. And for lack of a better term, I had to see it through. Right? So then after we publish it, after I apply, I have to wait. So I'm like, I could have just did this in the morning, whatever. But by Monday, we're approved, and and then I started pushing, like uploading the app, being able to see it on the phone, figuring out how to use Test Flight, all the different things that we learned through the process. It was great. It was a great experience. And then once we were in there, I was able to to start thinking about different features and organize it with the Jira board, and having a time frame of like when I pretty much understood the process a lot better. I know that Rod is hilarious, but yeah, I understood the process a lot better. So then when a few weeks later, I was talking to a startup who was building a mobile app, and they were planning on releasing their app within. So this is the beginning of, or mid February, and they say, "Oh yeah, we're planning on releasing our app in like 2 weeks." And I'm like, "Did you guys apply for your? Did you apply for to become a Google developer and an Apple developer?" Not yet. I'm like, "Well, that's going to take you some time, and then you have to go through like the waiting period for the apps to go through the testing mode and everything like that." So I'm like, "You probably have a little bit more than 2 weeks coming up." So it was a process, and then after we actually get the app to where we want to, it's a releasable level, then we have to go through, especially on the Google side, a bunch of different hoops and hurdles, and then answering some questions about the app and about like distribution and stuff like that, naming it. It was weird, right? So, but it was a great learning experience because guess what? Now we are able to, we know exactly what to expect. And we can focus on, so now we don't have to focus on the actual publishing part because we know how everything goes. We can focus on our development part, and then what new app can we build, and things like that. So many different things that we're going to be working on. And the good thing is that the content creates itself, because I'm not real. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm struggling to find something to talk about. I'm like, all right, well, we can just build something, and things like that. So yeah, I mean, that's the thought. That's pretty much a condensed version of all the things that we've done. We started this in either really end of June or end of January, beginning of February, and this is where it's taking us. Working on this in the morning, and from that, little by little, iteration by iteration, using Kanban, we have gotten to the point of we already have an app in iOS. We already have, and now we are waiting to be approved by Google for our app, the time cost calculator, to show up in the Google Play Store. And that's why I asked you on Monday, would you rather win or be right? And I believe that we are winning. We're also right, but I put winning above being right 99.9% of the time. The only time I'd rather be right instead of winning is when I'm talking to Mitch, right? When I'm talking to Mitch, because Mitch got them hands and I don't want to see them hands. I don't want to see them hands. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. Let me check the chat real quick and then we will get out of here. Let's see here. Mitch said Ralph is rich. I wish. And then Rod Brown follows up. Don't encourage him, Rod Brown. Don't encourage him, right? Ralph is rich. Say it ain't so. And it says, I'm just gonna throw a. Hey. Sometimes you gotta run that red light and see it through. Only when we're talking about development and having to be up till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to get some work done. Those are the only red lights that we run over here, right? Be safe. The only thing you should see through is your development work, right? Your technical work, okay? And Mitch says, like when Ralph thinks he's better than me, he starts yapping. I just have to see it through and see all the nonsense he says. Mitch, if I had feelings, they would be hurt right now. They would be hurt. Aww. But yeah, that is it. That is it for this morning. We have officially applied for production access. We're not quite there yet, but as soon as it's there, I'm going to make I'll make a post. I will make a post and it will be there. And then I'll put the link as well where you can go into the App Store and download the time cost calculator. All right. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you all. And yeah, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember, we have our AWS App Studio overview coming out at noon Eastern time today, as well as we'll be going live tomorrow night, continuing working on AWS App Studio. So like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, check out techcoachralph.dev if you need to work with me one-on-one, or you need exclusive access like how to update your resume. If you need me to review your resume for you, if you need whatever content you need, right? And you can talk to me back and forth one-on-one. So that is that. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Mitch says on his way out, progress is every day, one step at a time. We're going to get there, right? And Rod Brown says, congrats on the app launch. Keep grinding, everyone. Thank you so, so much.
I appreciate you.
All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. I will see you guys wherever I see you guys. Enjoy your day. Have a great middle of the week.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
What is your profession?
Oh, wow, Mr. Sarcasm, yeah. I don't care.